Welcome to the Next String Podcast. We're recording this Wednesday night, January 28th, 11 days out from Super Bowl 60. This is your host, as always, Adam Brazizi, and I'm joined by my co-hosts, Nick Calderon and Chris Garabedian. How are we feeling, boys? Excited?
Oh, yeah.
Cal, lead us off. You got the Dick's hat. You're looking good, kid.
Had to grab it. I was excited to say the least. I drove in a blizzard to go get this thing.
Yeah, for the audio listeners, Cal's wearing the AFC Champions hat right now. Gotta love the dedication to that, especially going out and get it in a blizzard.
Gotta add to the collection and feeling great. Just carrying over. I just keep saying it in my head over and over again because it continues. I know we're going to get into it. But the Patriots hate across America again. Everyone, I'm just going to keep using the phrase, you can suck it. It's just what I'm going with. You can suck it. I'm on the moon.
Yep. Winners win. A wise person once told me this years ago. Winners focus on winning. Losers cry and complain about why they're not winning and why the winners are winning. So that's what it feels like this week. The rin-tin-tin, sad boy stuff from the Broncos, but we're the better team, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, it's feeding me this week. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. It feels great. Like, the Patriots derangement syndrome's at an all-time high. I was saying to G before you hopped on, Cal, I'm really surprised how, like, every pick I'm seeing is Seattle. Nobody seems to be giving them a chance in this game. It's like, bro, we're 17-3. Like, really, we've won 16 of the past 17 games.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, well, they didn't play the easy schedule. It's like they won 2 of the 3 playoff games by double digits. The third one, I felt like they were on way to, and then it started snowing. Like, this has been a really strong team. I guess people are kind of like doubting them because of the offense hasn't looked great in the playoffs. But I mean, it's like you're dealing with some weather, you know? It's like if the offense comes out and plays well.
Yeah. And
you feel good about the game, you know?
Yeah. I mean, keep doubting us. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. We love this. Keep doubting us. Keep hating. And then don't forget, like, people are forgetting, Drake did throw 3 touchdowns against Houston. Like,
yeah,
okay, I get offense, this and that, but like, I think I mentioned it at the time. I think he was the only QB to throw 3 touchdowns against Houston this year.
Yeah. He was.
So it's like, okay, let's keep hating.
Yeah. We'll dive a little more into that later on. The first thing on the agenda today, though, is we have to talk about Belichick not being a first-ballot Hall of Famer. Just an absolute disgrace. Like, get rid of the Hall of Fame. Sports Hall of Fames in general are just kind of stupid right now, I think. And it's just like, what are we even talking about, man? Like, G, I could put this to you. Has any single person had a more of an impact on the NFL in the past 40 years than Bill Belichick?
No, absolutely not. I mean, so when Bill Belichick left the Patriots, he had participated in 21% of all Super Bowls that had occurred. You cannot, at the end of the day, the NFL Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio, it is a museum for the fans, the players, and the players' families to go and pay homage and respect to the warriors who played and the coaches who did everything and the contributors to the game. Not for these pencil neck geeks who voted and used these personal agendas to say, oh, well, Bill was a dick to me and blah, 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 didn't answer my questions, or the nonsense from Spygate 18 years ago. We're going to punish him. That is just, it like legit breaks my heart to see Bill get treated this way. And I know we've ragged on Bill earlier in the season about, the Jordan stuff. That's separate. This is like, that has nothing to do with like the meritocracy of him being, without a shadow of a doubt, maybe the easiest first ballot Hall of Fame coach in the history of any sport.
It's insane. It makes, and I think G said it perfectly with like, don't blur the lines of all the other shit that you can get on Bill for in the meritocracy. Because, yeah, I mean, he has as good of a resume. He has the best resume of a coach of all fucking time, and it's not even close. And I think in a weird way, I'm like curious about how Bill feels about this. Obviously, I think he's pissed, and probably when he first found out, he was fucking pissed. But then you see all these guys coming out and supporting him, and the outrage. I feel like that actually probably makes him a little bit happier. It's like it's across not just the NFL, but like you have people from everywhere, and like you have Jimmy. Like, did you guys see Jimmy Johnson's tweets?
Yeah,
Like
he's
he
like, I
went on
used to
a
try
Oh
to
yeah.
cheat.
he went on a run, and it's like, dude, that's everyone knows it. It wasn't like, why do you think the reason he got the whole Spygate thing became a thing is because Bill just said, screw you. Like, he took the warning and just said, yeah, whatever. Because everyone was doing it. And it's like, it's not anything that anyone can't do already. Like, they're on the sidelines. It's not like they're hiding. Like, we don't have to get into all the Spygate shit, but
Yeah.
it's just
I
like
know I
the
was there.
amount.
68,000 people saw it too. I was at the game in New York. Everybody could see that. What the fuck, you
No
know?
way.
Yeah, dude.
And
And it's like you see Bill Polian. It's like Bill Polian's such a loser. Like, why
Yeah.
why does he even have a Hall of Fame vote, dude? Is he in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why the hell is he? And then Ron Borges, who was fired for the Boston Globe for plagiarism, has an axe to grind to Bill Belichick for cheating. And like, dude, I don't know, man. It's just so stupid. It's like,
I
what are we
thought
even
Borges
talking
was
about?
dead until I saw that. Legit, I thought he died during COVID. I was stunned to see I was like, wait, they let dead guys vote? I legit thought he died during COVID.
Yeah, I haven't heard of his name in years. He's been out of the picture, man. Like, it's just stupid. I mean, I don't want to spend too much time on it. We had to bring it up, but
I mean, there's one other thing that we have to talk about with all this, and it's been said a lot, but like I want to get your guys' opinion on it. Is like, what does this do for the Hall of Fame moving forward? Like, and just thinking of like just the easy answer, like what is going to happen with Brady? Are they going to do like if you're going to hold it? They
right?
clearly held it against Kraft. Like the fact that dude's not in the Hall of Fame is a disgrace. And then you're going to hold it. Now you're going to hold it against Belichick. Are you going to hold it against Brady? Because that would be even more outrageous than the Bill Belichick one.
Yeah, I think you know what I think. I don't think Bill's gonna go whenever they put him in because if I know Bill Belichick like I know Bill Belichick all these years, when they next year they're gonna tuck their tails in between their legs. We're sorry, you're in. Whatever they'll call him. He was a unanimous selection. That's what they'll say. And Bill's gonna. I'm not going. No, he will not be at the ceremony
But
next year.
he loves the history and stuff, though. Like, I feel like this
He
was
does.
his crowning moment.
That's
So
such
I
a
have one
huge
thing,
part.
Cal. I was listening today to Ryan Russillo had Mike Sando on his podcast. He was a NFL writer for The Athletic, and he's actually a voter. And he was saying, like, dude, he's like, I'm embarrassed. Like, this process honestly sucks. Like, I think I might like give up my vote. He was saying apparently like Deion Sanders, was he Deion or Barry? I think Deion was trying to like make it hard for guys to get in. He made some stink about it, and like they changed
Yes.
the voting process. And he's like, it's just so stupid. Like, he's like, we look like fools right now, and it sounds
Yeah.
like this is just the Hall is just stupid. I mean, all these like baseball's got like dude, Barry Bonds isn't in the Hall of Fame. Like, all right, he juiced up. So was everybody. He was mashing home runs. NBA lets everybody in, and then the NFL, it's like, oh, but Bill, it's like they're all just kind of need to be like torn down and kind of established. Like, it's like
Yeah.
ancient stuff. Stuff's changed so much. So I don't
I
know. You guys have any
honestly-
other thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean the part that you said of like the historian of Bill, that definitely eats at him. Like that's like he doesn't show emotion towards really much of anything. But you hear that dude talk about the history of the NFL and the history of football, like that's where you can tell. That's like the one thing in life he like cherishes. It like
Yeah.
glows off when he
Yeah.
talks about it. So you know that digs deep. And it's just like it's sad because it's just it's a no fucking brainer. Did you hear stories about him when he was coaching in Cleveland?
Then
He
he
used
used
to
to go.
he used to go to the Hall of Fame like
Yeah.
all the time. It used to like make it a point to go there like before the season and like do trips there and just like go in the library, like a basement library of the Hall of Fame and just like read. So it's honestly sad. It's
That's
why
why
it's
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 bothering me.
sad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's sad.
legit bothered me, yeah. And it's funny because we all know Jimmy Johnson on like TV, and he's like this funny guy. But when he coached back in the day, Jimmy Johnson was crazy. I don't know. Obviously, I
Mhm.
was way too young to remember on the Cowboys, but I remember him a little bit on the Dolphins when I was a kid, and he used to be like a maniac, yelling, screaming like a psycho on the sidelines. And like him and Bill are very good friends. They're really tight. And when he was on McAfee today, I saw some of the clips. I could see that old coach in him, like the old psycho coach coming out in him because he was like defending his guy. He was getting upset, but a lot of people are upset about it. I mean, it is the thing you said first, Brew, is 100% correct. It is an absolute disgrace. That's what it is, a disgrace.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, as someone who like, I mean, I've like idolized Belichick a large portion of my life. Like, I just thought the way he read, if somebody like I've always been like nerdy about loving following like strategy and team building. Like, those are things I like just am so passionate about, right? And like seeing how he did that from as a young boy through adulthood, seeing how incredible he was until obviously it kind of all came crashing and burning at the end. But like, it's just it sucks to see that they're treating him like that. Do you think it has it like? You think it's more Spygate or the girlfriend? Like, do you think that? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't
No,
think we have an answer for it.
It's probably because they don't like it's a personal thing. I don't think it really
Yeah.
has anything to do with the spy. They can say that because it's a convenient
Yes.
excuse, but it's because they don't like him because he was rough around. Like we know Bill, like media, he never like media doesn't like him. That's
Yeah.
what it is. People don't like him because of that. So it's absolutely that.
I have one last point before we move on. Bill Belichick has 2 game plans that are in the Hall of Fame. His game plan as defensive coordinator when the Giants beat the Bills in 1990 and they upset them, and his game plan to beat the Rams in 2001. So he's good enough to have 2 game plans in the Hall of Fame, but he's not good enough to be in there himself? Get out of my face.
Yeah. I mean, he will get in like next year.
I
Probably.
know, but it's the principle, bro.
Yeah.
And is it one of those game plans against the Bill Polian Bills?
Yes, it was. He was the exact. Yes, he was.
Fucking rat.
And yesterday was the
Love that.
35-year anniversary of Wide Right.
Dude's a rat. Oh, I don't know. And I know he came out and he tried to clear it up and say he voted for him and stuff like that. But like, oh, I'm not. I don't know. I actually, I'm not. I can't. I can't recall or I can't confirm or
Dude,
deny. It's
what
like,
a
dude,
schmuck.
shut up, man. You are a schmuck is a
Yeah.
perfect word for that guy.
Yeah.
Let's transition though. We obviously did the quick recap on the AFC Championship. I think I kind of want to go a little more in depth. So first off, my first note: shout out Leonard Taylor for blocking that field goal. I don't think it's gotten enough recognition. Like they were kicking a field goal to tie the game. It wasn't like it was probably gonna be a made field goal, and he gets a hand. Did you guys see what the kicker Lutz said? I guess they said that because of the snow, they couldn't really figure out the exact yard line to line up on, so they might have been a yard short, yard too close to the center, and that might have been why the ball's trajectory was able to get blocked. So shout out Leonard Taylor. I got a little sneaky feeling that might not be the last we hear from him this year yet either. Although he might not even be active for the Super Bowl for all I know. It seems like Joshua Farmer might be back.
I think he's earned it, but a funny, I'll just throw this in there. Attention to detail clearly did not happen on that. And you know who would not have let that happen?
Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
They should have known. They should have been paying attention. They had Adam Vinatieri in the building too, the greatest snow kicker of all time. They didn't even know how to pay any homage. Yeah, that's like one where if you're Sean Payton and you hear that, like you got to fire your special teams coach.
Yeah, I mean, in you have to be able to like go clear an area. Like that's not something you guess with.
Yeah,
that's not something you guess with. Like that's on you. So
well, you know what the Pats have been doing really well is I think it's been highlighted a lot, but how like their when teams are making subs, they're really slow to get out in the field, and it's the play that Gonzalez got the pick.
Yeah,
the Broncos subbed, and like the Pats had their two D linemen like really slow to jog on the field, and then the two guys coming, they don't have to sub off until the two guys subbing them on get there, and they both got off real slow. And instead of Stidham like surveying the field, he's just kind of like rushing the offense, takes a snap, throws a pick, and that was really it. So but yeah, so obviously that was huge. And then another thing, a couple more things I don't think we really got to on the other night was, for one, I think as much as we've shit on Sean Payton for the going for it, and it was a little bit different situation, but we got pretty damn lucky. Vrabel kind of made the same choice when we were driving at the beginning of the field goal drive we had when we were in the QB sneak, which was like a kind of a total mess up play. I mean, you had Tonga and Williams out there to push him. Neither of them pushed him at all, and I'm not really sure he got that first down. Obviously, they gave us the first down. They didn't overturn it, but that could have been a real, crossroads of a moment in that game. So kind of lucked out.
I hated going for it at the time too. I was screaming at TV, just take the points. Like this is a classic game. Points are at a premium. We did get lucky. I don't know. It was like 50-50 whether he got it or not. It was just a classic. This is what they called on the field. They can't overturn it. There's nothing there that's going to overturn this. So we did get lucky there.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the difference between the two that I break it down to is the play call. The play call that they like the Broncos ended up going with. You run I'm pretty sure they ran a play action bootleg to the short side of the field, and you have 2 free rushes. I mean, I understand you're not you're not running the ball, like you're not a great run team, but like if you're gonna go for it, do something better than that. I think you have a great offensive line. That's what that you have a all pro right guard. Granted, Barmore had a day, but it's go get a yard or pick something else. And then another quick comment on the Drake Maye thing. It maybe I saw this. I was scrolling, and it just makes me laugh. You know how they made this whole marketing thing. It was like, oh, we have chips in the ball now to be able to tell if it's a first down or not, or where it can be marked. That's a bunch of bullshit. Because if they did, they would have used it there or something. Like, it's just a bunch of bogus.
They should be using it, let's be honest. Like, I don't know what they're doing with that. It seems like something like they have such technology now that you should be able to easily identify, like, all right, where did the ball exactly get to? Did it get to the exact spot? I mean, I'll take it all day. But yeah, for able to kind of dodge a bullet there. Because, yeah, it was like, in both of those spots, it's like, all right, so you get the first down, and then you have, first and goal at the 9. That's not an easy spot to score from. You need like 9 yards and 3 plays in a tight area. So, I don't know. We'll take it. But and it kind of brings me to my other point. I don't think we talked about this really much at all. Like, I think we need to talk about Maye's performance in these playoffs. It's been so kind of strange.
Mhm.
Like, he's not throwing I think he's obviously not throwing the ball as well as he has, especially in this most recent game. He missed some good throws. I mean, I thought the Chargers game, we moved the ball pretty well. Thought the Texans game, he was just under duress. But it's almost like, there's he's played well enough to win these games, and he's kind of adjusted to the game. Like this week, it was so important to not turn the ball over, and he didn't. He made the plays with his legs. That being said, I don't think we can win the Super Bowl with another game like that. It'd be kind of require another just a shocking performance. So I guess why do we think he has struggled? Like I've got some reasons, but I want to hear what you guys have to say. G, I'll let you go first.
I think we're number one is we're struggling to get receivers open. I think the teams are playing a lot of man coverage against us. At least that's what I felt like in this last game that they were playing. And the Broncos, traditionally, at least from what I thought, I didn't think they were as heavy a man coverage team, but I felt like they played a lot of man coverage, and we had guys struggling to get open. And then it's like, okay, when you have guys struggling to get open, you don't have the best offensive line in the world. It makes things a little bit tough. And then Drake's missed some throws too. Like he has missed throws. There's no doubt about it. Like when they were going in, I think it was before halftime, he had Booty on an in-cutting route, and he skipped it, didn't go in. And then, obviously they tried the Andy field goal there that missed from 63, but he missed that throw. So I think that's part of it. I do wonder, obviously, the elephant in the room is the shoulder. Like, how healthy is he? We don't really know. They're obviously being, a little quiet about it, as they should be, but I'm not sure. Those are probably the off the top of my head, the first couple factors as to why.
What do you think, Cal?
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing is just the speed in the playoffs. It's different. I think it definitely takes some probably adjusting for him. I think that's natural. I think we played some great defenses. I think a big part of it is what you said is separation. On a consistent basis, some separation, and then I think one thing that can very easily gets lost this year is there's some tape on him now. Like I know he's had a great year, but they have some tape now. There's a full season of tape. There's some tape last year. You obviously get to see Josh McDaniels. Like these are the best of the best. And usually they have good, there's good coaches on the other side at this point of the year. So there's tape. I think that's probably a part that's not getting talked about a ton. But I mean, he's missed stuff too. I think it's probably sped up and footwork and stuff like that, and maybe the shoulder. I don't know.
That's one thing. Yeah. Apologies to Joe Ferretti. First off, I was discrediting his credibility yesterday when he said that he heard Maye was banged up, and then it came out all after. I was like, I don't know about your sources, Joe, but apologies for Eddie. But I think one thing that we've seen too is like this year he got so good at like, all right, the pressure comes, he steps up, keeps his eyes downfield, and makes a play. I think after the fumbles those first two games of the playoffs, I almost feels like he's not. He's like, all right, I can't fumble this. Like, I don't want to be too risky here. And that was a lot of what we saw this last game. He kind of just took the sacks in that game. It was kind of fine, you know? Um, but yeah, I think it's a combination of all these things. It's like the offensive line hasn't been great. The receivers aren't great at separating. I would like to see McDaniels dial up some easier stuff. We saw like Peyton came out and made some things easy for Stidham in that game, got him in a rhythm, right? Like help Drake hit some easy throws. Help like feels like every once in a while we have like a 6-yard completion to Diggs on first down. Like give me more of that. Give me more second and shorts because we took the defense gave us and just took 5 yards on a pass on first down rather than a run. So, but yeah, I mean, I think like get 2 weeks, get them right, figure out some of the stuff in practice, watch the film, and move on. But it's definitely been interesting that it's like this team was the #1 offense in EPA per play in the regular season, and they've really been kind of trash in the playoffs, and they're still in the Super Bowl. So,
Yep.
hey, fine, get back to that form, and the defense keeps playing like this. I'm like, you got a damn chance of upgrading that hack Cal.
Hell yeah. And yeah, I think Drake's too good of a player. Like you still expect him to come out and play well and play better. I would think. So, let's
That's what I
hope.
was going to say next. Like, I fully anticipate all this, everything we just said, I think is all true. I still think he's going to play pretty well in 2 weeks. I have all the confidence in the world that he's going to bounce back. That last week wasn't his best game. I still think in the Texans game, he had moments when he played really well and he had some unbelievable throws. In the Chargers game, I think he made like one mistake and like we moved the ball, like shit happens, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I still have all the confidence in the world in him that he's going to play really well in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Agreed. Um, one other thing I just wanted to point out that's been incredible. The defense on pass plays has a 43% pressure rate. Just
Nuts.
absurdly good. And I feel like that's being overlooked. It's like they're just getting to the quarterback. It's like all these guys, it's Corey Durden's playing out of his mind. Milton Williams is playing like the best tackle in football. Like Barmore has been awesome. So that's the stuff that gives me hope for this game. It's like these guys just keep showing up. You put pressure on Darnold, it's like we'll get into that a little more. But last thing for the game, just wanted, we usually do the ups and downs. We didn't really get to do that the other night. I think we can all just highlight a few guys that we thought stood out, give some recognition. I want to go first because I think you've heard very little about this guy. Will Campbell, outside of that one play that got spotlighted when he tried to cut block Benito, he was good. I mean, we didn't pass that much, so it wasn't like he had as many opportunities to let stuff up happen, but Nick Benito did nothing in that game.
Nick Benito didn't record a stat. He didn't.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
He did cardio. He's like, like when I used to go play basketball in LA Fitness, and I'd at least maybe I'd get a couple rebounds doing that. But it was just like at least he did cardio for an hour. He didn't do anything. He had no impact on the game. So yes, Will Campbell actually had a pretty good game.
Yeah. We didn't really notice besides that one clip, which I honestly don't even think is that like as bad as people are making it out to be. He's doing that because it's a design play. Like you go back and look at it's a crosser route that's designed to almost set up like a screen where the receivers on the other side are blocking. He kind of Steph Diggs was a little slow across. Maye was a little slow, so I don't think that rep was as bad as people were saying. But like, yeah, and I saw him getting after it in the run game and on some of these plays too, which love to see.
Yeah, no, I just thought that was worth pointing out. I'll let you guys drop some.
I mean, easy one for me at Christian Gonzalez. Gonzo played great.
I'm going to say Ramondre Stevenson. I know I don't know what his numbers looked like in terms of like yards, but I know he had 25 carries, didn't put the ball on the carpet, had hard, good running. His pass protection was unbelievable. On that flea flicker that they hit to Mac Hollins, he absolutely pasted who I can't remember who it was who was coming in across. That guy would have destroyed Drake. He pasted him and let Drake drop a dime in there. So Yeah, I thought Ramondre was really good again in this game.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm gonna go Milton Williams. I think he had 7 pressures. He was just everywhere, man. The kid has been a hell of a signing. We'll say Barmore with him too, the two Bash brothers. But those guys, like, it's funny. I feel like you're just seeing more and more in the NFL teams that can generate pressure from the interior. It's such a game marker for offenses. Like whether you're trying to run the ball or throw the ball, if that play gets blown up in the middle, there's not much you can really do. So kudos to those guys.
Yep. Number 2 for me, sticking in the defensive backfield, Marcus Jones. Thought Marcus Jones was running around just hustle plays, I think, is even what I love the most. You can just tell that guy wanted it.
Yep, he was great. Chason was the best player on the field on Sunday.
Yeah.
Every day that goes by, I hope Robert Kraft is just ready to add another zero onto his checkbook this March. He's gonna get paid. Hopefully, it's with us, but he's been awesome these playoffs. I thought he was the best player on the field between both teams on Sunday. He was awesome.
Both of those guys had plays. Marcus Jones on the play before the 4th down turnover and downs for Denver. Marcus Jones, like, he slipped and like used his hand, got back up and chased down Stidham to tackle him just 1 yard short. And I forget when it was, but Chason had a play too where I think it was like a screen
Yep,
where he was
on
on the
top right.
ground, got up. Yeah, he made the tackle. So those guys are playing their asses off. I didn't
Yep.
have any more ups. I think we kind of nailed all like the main guys. Unless you guys had anybody else. I do have a couple down, like one main down I wanted to highlight, and I thought I had.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna change my number 1 up. It is Chason. I said it even when we got on after the game. I said that exact same thing. I just dropped the ball there. So yeah, Chason, Gonzo, Marcus Jones for me.
Yeah, I would just say another guy that I thought played pretty well was Gibbons. Once Bobby Spillane went down, obviously that was like kind of shitty. I was obviously very nervous, and then it's like he stepped up. Alice was very good too. I thought our linebackers were really solid.
Yeah, Spillane didn't practice today. I really hope they get him right for. I mean, I'm sure I'll give it a go in the Super Bowl, but
Super Bowl, yeah.
Yeah, no one they didn't actually practice today either. So I mean, it's a hypothetical injury report.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
It's like if we would have practiced, what would it have looked like, type of thing.
Okay.
So
And then the one thing Trayvon Henderson only played 4 snaps. Like, I don't know. Running the ball, he hasn't been great. I'd like to try to see them get him the ball in like a swing pass or like a screen, like some way. I think Johnny Cass might have said it, but put him on kickoff returns. If he's going to be not involved in the offense, that's a way you can change the game, right? Like Dearness Johnson's giving us nothing back there. He's getting the ball to 30 at most. Some way to get this kid the ball and use that speed. That was obviously in some of our big wins this year. He's made game changing plays, and I don't know. It's been kind of surprising how ineffective he's been. He's really done nothing all playoffs.
yeah,
He's been
I
good.
mean,
Yeah, never used him.
yeah, no, I think I love the idea. I was going to say the same thing. Get him on kickoff would be a good way, and who knows? Maybe it's been. I don't know. I would love to see. We've been saying it for a while. Get him involved in the passing game, but 4 snaps, and maybe it really just has been because Ramondre has been so reliable in every part of the game, where it's just like, okay, like we can't take this guy off the field right now. He makes too big of a difference when he's on the field.
I was gonna say, I think the reason why is that they just trust Ramondre so much in pass protection right now that like they don't want to risk like not having him out there on a big 3rd down, or you know what I mean. But I do think I would be stunned actually if Travion is not returning kicks at the Super Bowl. I would put it at like a 95%. That's just like my gut. I think he's going to return kicks. He mentioned something about like, oh, well, I'm still practicing with the kick returners. He said something about that the other day. I just a gut.
I like that.
Yeah, it feels like a no brainer. But yeah, let's. Any other thoughts on the game before we transition to some of the Seattle stuff?
I mean, a couple downs maybe, but we don't have to dive into them. I think obviously you'd have to put Drake on a down in this game,
Yeah.
and then
Oh, question.
I think if you're going to put anyone else too, I know the defense played great, but Jalen Hawkins probably ends up on my down list. I think he made some great plays. I thought he was actually really good in some of the run fits that they had on the defensive end from coming in down from safety, but he got beat on the touchdown. It's a good play design, all that, but that's his responsibility. He's right there. He knows it's his responsibility. He sees it and just gets caught looking in the backfield. And then even on the Gonzo one, I don't know if that's more on Gon. It's both of them, but that is also partly Hawkins' responsibility to help over the top there. So
I thought that was Hawkins' fault. Like,
yeah.
watching that in real time, I didn't feel like that was Gonzalez's fault. I felt like that was Hawkins' fault. My number one down, and I know it's a kind of a boring thing to talk about, was Behringer, the punter. He was
Yeah.
Oh my.
awful in this game. Field position almost lost us this game. We
Mhm.
like I don't know if they could. I know it's the Super Bowl in 11 days. I don't know if you could bring in another punter to do a workout and maybe leave this guy in Foxborough. That I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to bring him on the team playing. That was bad. That was like
Yeah, he
that
was
was like Ken
terrible.
Walter-esque.
That it was not good. And one thing I didn't like is his comments after the game. Did you hear him?
Yeah.
And I know punters are like this. They like finicky. You hear guys talk about how like anal punters are with their drop, and like if it's windy,
Yeah.
it makes the drop different. Like, okay, I get it. Like professionals, perfectionists, stuff like that. But like, own it a little bit. Just say, hey, yeah, it was a tough conditions. I didn't punt the ball well today. End of story.
Didn't affect their guy. Their punter was great.
He was
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. And then my guy Gary Andy did miss a couple field goals, tough conditions, but I thought he was going to make that one at the end of the half.
Yeah.
I kind of
but
did
yeah,
too.
let's take a break and we'll transition over to some of the thoughts on the NFC game and then a little bit of the Super Bowl. All right, so we're back. So let's talk a little bit about the NFC game. I know we didn't really recap it at all. It was obviously recorded before. Hell of a game. Sam Darnold really got it done. He's on a hell of a run right now. But I gotta say, like, I think in terms of us, I think I'm happier they were playing Seattle. I just feel like we match up pretty well, and I'm surprised that the Pats are 4.5-point dogs. So I'll leave the floor open to you guys. Any thoughts you have on that game, and then we can kind of get more to the mat. A little bit of a preview of the preview.
G, you started off.
Yeah, I'll say this. I mean, the game was really it's what plagued the Rams all year long was their inability to have any form of competency on special teams. That muffed punt there, that was really the ball game. The Rams probably win that game if they don't. And Sean McVay, excuse me, couldn't get that right all year. He fired the special teams coach. It didn't work out. They had that boob back there, fumbling, stumbling like a moron, costing the game. And I think, Sam Darnold played really, really well. The Rams shut down the run game. They didn't, Kenneth Walker had a couple of big plays early, but they mostly shut them down, and it was really Sam Darnold who carried them. He played very well.
Yeah, I mean, what a game. Just as a fan, like, that was entertaining as anything. And obviously it's the third time those guys are playing this year, so you expect it to be a little bit like that. But like, one thing I'm hoping for is that we can put a little bit more pressure on Sammy D than the Rams did. I know they got him 3 times, but watching that game, that was the big thing I was thinking about. I think I'm leaning towards wanting to play Seattle over the Rams as I was watching the game.
It's interesting because, I mean, the Rams defense really just kind of fell off a cliff at the end of the season. They ended the season only winning 5 of their final 9 games. But it just kind of makes me think back to like when we played Buffalo and it was like, oh, this offense that just is like like explosive. We struggled. Obviously, we're missing Williams and Splay in that game. But yeah, I think either option was pretty relatively even. I think Vegas had the spreads as the same look ahead lines. But yeah, like you said, Kelly, I do think we can generate pressure on Darnold. I think he had 14 picks this year. Like he led the league in fumbles for quarterbacks. Like you can make that guy. We know you can make that guy turn it over. He obviously has been playing hot, but he's had stretches in his career where he looks great, and then he has like these bad games. And you obviously saw at the end of last season with the last game of the regular season, the first game of the playoffs, where he was just kind of a disaster. I mean, he had the 4-pick game against the Rams in LA earlier this year. So it's like it feels very winnable. But yeah, I mean, I guess like the worries, it's like, all right, obviously JSN is fucking nasty.
Dude, he's
And
so good.
they do a good job of scheming him up. Like, I know, ideally you'd say, like, all right, let's put Gonzo on him, try to take him out. But, like, everybody's going to have to take turns on him. They're going to have to put help on him. I think Kenneth Walker is nasty, too. Like, I don't think their run game was, like, all together, like, incredibly efficient this year. But he just has some plays where it's like, dude, this kid is, like, a stud of a running back. So we haven't played anybody in the AFC playoffs as far as the offensive skill talent as good as either of those guys. Even Cup's pretty good. Kashicha, he can change a game with special teams. You put the ball in his hands, even on offense too. So it's definitely the best team we've played. But I don't know if they've played a team nearly as good as us in quite a while too. I mean, the Rams haven't been playing as well either. They beat the Jaguars in like week 5. They beat the Texans early in the season. It's funny. I don't know. I got a lot of thoughts, and obviously we'll jump into it more next week. But any other thoughts you guys have right now?
Sam Darnold hasn't played a defense like ours in a long, long time. They were playing the corpse of the 49ers. Credit to Shanahan. He did a good job getting them to that game. But, I mean, they were on their 7th and 8th linebackers. I mean, that team was decimated. Then they played the Rams. You know, the Rams have some good defensive linemen. They have nobody of worth at all in their secondary. I think Landman's a good linebacker, but that's about it. Like, they're not a great defense. He hasn't played a defense like ours, as fast and as physical and with our kind of secondary. And I think Zach Core is going to get him. He had Justin Herbert not knowing what was going on. I think Justin Herbert's a little bit better of a quarterback than Sam Darnold is. So he confused Sean Payton. Sean Payton, after the game, said on that 4th and 1 that he went for it, that they had a run play called and that they audibled because of the front that New England showed. They thought it was going to be man coverage, and then they dropped out and went zone, so he audibled, and they tricked him. We tricked him. That's hard to do to a guy like Sean Payton. So I feel like we're going to get Sammy on 1, maybe 2 turnovers in this game, maybe 3.
I like it. Yeah, and I mean, just overall, I mean, you knew no matter, like, just watching the game, that's a certain level of team that was playing both of those teams in that game. That's a certain level of NFL play there. So was expecting no matter who we played, it's gonna be a tough matchup. It's gonna be the
Yes.
toughest matchup we've had all year, as it should be. Like, I'm expecting that. So, like, that was just what as I was watching the game, thoughts was like, okay, hey, this is a good team, and they're well, like, just like they haven't played a team that's probably as well rounded as us and well coached. It's vice versa. We haven't played a team that's as well rounded and well coached as them either. So I think it's gonna I think it's gonna be a great fucking matchup.
Oh,
Yeah,
me too. Last time
it's
we
a
played
hell of
them
a
in the Super
matchup.
Bowl, it was the greatest Super Bowl of all time.
Yeah, it's so fun too. Like it was such nobody had these two teams in the Super Bowl before the season. Yeah, it's interesting, man. Like I'm just looking at their team. It's like, all right, they obviously have a great defense. Like who are their defensive line? Because I'm worried about the defensive line, right? Like that's been our problem in these playoffs. It's DeMarcus Lawrence and Leonard Williams, 2 guys in their 30s, really leading that defensive line that
Yeah.
we're gonna have to take care of. But it's like if we can give Drake time, I like our chances, man. The more I think about this matchup, I'm really surprised that Vegas has this as a 5.5 point spread. I just think it's a great match. I can't believe how much people are doubting the Patriots. It's like we're
It's
17 and
5.5 now?
3, 4.5. Did I say 5.5?
Okay. Yeah. Yes, that's why I was confused, yeah.
Yeah, that's my bad. Yeah, it's. I don't know, man. I feel good. It's just like, yeah. There's obviously a formula where JSN torches us. They get to Drake. He throws a pick or two. Like there's formulas for how we lose this game, but if we can get the pressure we've been generating all these playoffs, I mean, we did it against Denver with this incredible offensive line. If we can shut
Yeah.
down the run, put Darnold in those like we've been doing all playoffs. The formula is pretty similar, and I do think Seattle's kind of like Denver in that they're a really, really, really good home team. Like their home field advantage is dynamite. They play confident there. The other teams struggle there where it's loud, and it's just a little different playing in the Super Bowl. It's neutral, right? So I don't know. I'm really curious to see It's gonna happen. I can't wait, man. This wait, this anticipation kills you. It's like we got 11 more days.
Dude, I can't. I need it. I need it.
I need it too, man.
Super antsy.
We got a lot more experience than they do, too. I know people think, oh, the Patriots are this young team, and they are, but I don't know. Mike Vrabel's won 3 Super Bowls as a player. He's been in a lot of big games. Josh McDaniels, 6 Super Bowls as a coach. Carlton Davis has won a Super Bowl. Milton Williams was the best player on the field in the Super Bowl last year. So, you know, we've got some guys who won at a high level in our organization, and then Seattle has not. They don't have one guy who's won a championship other than Cooper Kupp. So,
Cup, right? Yeah.
Yep.
It was a
yeah,
Cup,
other than Cooper Kupp, yeah.
Yeah, so it's exciting, man. And so yeah, we got.
I'm
before
excited.
We go.
For
We got some time. We wanted to, as veterans of Super Bowl winning teams, as fans,
Hall of Famers.
Yeah, Hall of Fame status.
Hall of Fame fans.
Obviously, we've been through a lot. We wanted to go through some of our best and maybe worst Super Bowl memories over the years. We'll all take turns till we run out, I guess. I'll let you guys start. I'll let you go first, Cal.
No, I got to give the floor to G first. G,
right.
I feel like G's got something. I know G's got something cooking, so I gotta let him kick off.
I got a bunch, but I'm gonna go in chronological order to start. The first one, 4th grade. It was the Friday before. I don't know if you were a Dahlberg kid, Cal, but
I was.
Brew, I know you were, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So we're at the Dahlberg. I'm new to the school. I don't really know anybody other than Mike Haller, who's like my childhood best friend, and everybody's in all in Pat's gear and stuff like that. And then I see Brett Cameron, who's one of my best friends now. He's wearing a Marshall Falk jersey, and I'm like, who's this loser rooting for the Rams? And that was like the first time ever meeting Brett Cameron. I'm like, this kid stinks, and obviously ended up becoming one of my best friends. But we still rag on Brett to this day because he was rooting for the Rams against the Pats in the first Super Bowl. He was a Rams fan. And then and then the next day, Brew, you probably remember him from Pop Warner or whatever when you were a kid. But Mike Holler's dad, Jesse Holler, was pretty intimidating guy, knew a lot about football, taught me a lot about football when I was younger. It was like the Saturday before the game, we were hanging out playing game, like video games at Mike's house. He's like, guys, I know the game's tomorrow and you guys are excited, but just want to let you know the Patriots playing a great team. We're probably going to lose this game tomorrow. And I'm like, get out of here. There's no, when you're 9 years old, you don't want to hear that. I'm like, no way. I was like, no, I think we're going to win. And he was like, oh, okay. And then obviously we won that game. So those are like some of my first memories of the Rams and playing, them.
I got a good one to pivot off that for that specific game. So I just remember, first off, I remember we watched the first half of my grandparents in Wakefield. They lived like 5 minutes away from me. And I remember the Ty Law pick 6. My Uncle Al, shout out my Uncle Al, rest in peace. He was so excited. He threw the TV remote in there and the TV shut off. And like somehow like the whole TV like shut down. We all had to like run upstairs. We couldn't get it back on. So we missed the touchdown. Never forget that. And then we went home. So I'm in the 3rd grade. Like this, and I don't remember much. I think that was like the first year I started to like really understand football, which I'll always say it's like the first year we had Brady was when I first really remember football. It's like we couldn't be luckier. But my mom loves telling this story, so it's like I don't know if you guys recall, but they were winning that game 17-3, which is wild looking back. And I think the Rams scored like twice late. Right? Like 4th quarter, to score 2 touchdowns. And when the Rams tied it up, my mom will always tell a story that all of a sudden she looks over and I start bawling my eyes out. I'm like, they're going to lose. So I was all sad. They ended up winning. So that was, like, I don't even know. Do you think you'd appreciate that more now if that was like their first win or when we were younger? I guess probably more now if you had been through like bad Pats all those years. But what a way to start.
Yeah. To answer your question, I wouldn't change a thing. That's how it started. And if that's how it started. So I wouldn't be the fan I am without that. But for me, starting in chronological order, mine actually started the year before. The Super Bowl before the Rams versus the Titans.
I do remember that. Like
I was
vaguely.
I was young. I remember, and I was like, at this point, I was already, I had two older brothers that played, like, everyone played football. Like, and I like couldn't wait till I got to the age where I could play football because that's all I saw around me was football. So I like just got to the age where I could start playing like Pup Warner and stuff like that. I think I was like 6 years old or whatever it was. And I remember loving Eddie George, like obsessed with Eddie George. And then watching the game, my entire family, my parents like bet on the Rams in that Super Bowl. And I was fucking pissed. I was like a little 6-year-old, just like temper tantrum, like you vote, like you're rooting for the Rams, like I love Eddie George, blah blah blah. And then they lost on the goal line, like getting tackled so close. And I remember I have the most vivid memory of me being a little 6-year-old little shit, like losing my mind, temper tantrum, telling myself I hate my parents, I hate you, I can't believe you bet on the Rams, this and that. And then obviously the next year we had the Pats playing the Rams. So I was like, okay, let's go. And then the Pats beat the Rams. And I remember it being the same thing kind of G said, was like, we're not going to win this game. We're not going to win this game, this and that. And then we won, and I was like so happy to beat the fucking Rams because the year before. So that was my first, that's how it started for me.
Before we go to the next one too, I just want to point out how wild it is that they were 14-point dogs in that game. Like that is now
Nuts.
like that you like see gambling spreads all the time. Like that is crazy.
It really is.
It was unbelievable. Yeah. I would say the next one, but just a short story, was with Panthers. Was I'm sure you boys remember the halftime show with Janet Jackson. I hope you boys were watching that live. I remember I was watching that game with my Uncle Andy. My Uncle Andy just points at the TV. He goes, "Titties." We look up. Great memory for 6th grade G. Janet Jackson. Shout out Janet Jackson.
I love it.
It's awesome.
I got just thinking about Super Bowl 49, the last Seahawks one. So that was it was my senior year of college at BC, which like most of my friends at BC were not Seahawks fans. Sorry, Pats fans. I actually kind of knew like a lot of Seahawks fans. It's weird, but I had like 4 of my Wakefield buddies come visit for the game. Like they came out to Boston. So obviously, like we're locked in. Like we're drinking a little bit, but like nervous. I remember like this is funny. Shout out Sean Alexander. He was just like, I'm so nervous, I can't stop drinking. I'm like, like I've seen that kid very drunk. Probably seen him very drunk as much as anybody I know. That was the drunkest. After that game, the drunkest I've ever seen in my entire life. Like we have some pictures. Like he's straight up like he doesn't even look alive, but he's still smiling. It's just so good. And like that was probably one of the funnest nights of my entire life. Like it was like it was a snowstorm, senior year of college. Pats win the Super Bowl that way. We went out to the bars, and it was just like I think. Oh, and the other thing that year, the summer, it was like a summer 4th of July party at Galley's house, actually. And like it's like late at night. I was talking to like John Emmett. So before the Super, like this, it was during like before the season, right? They hadn't won the Super Bowl in 10 years, and like this is like around when we started gambling, I guess. Like I remember talking to like John Emmett, and I was like, we like convinced ourselves like we're gonna throw a future on the Pats to win the Super Bowl. And like I totally forgot about it till like November, and like I ended up winning like probably like $1,400. And like when you're a senior in college at that time, it was like $1,400 might as well have been like 20 grand. Like it was like I went to the bar and it was like everything's on me. The Pats won the Super Bowl. It was just never been many better nights of my entire life. So that was about as memorable as it gets.
I got some good ones from 49. So I did the same thing you did, Brew, that summer. Or sorry, not that summer. That March, the day we signed Darrelle Revis, I put 300 to win, 2,400 on the Pats to win the Super Bowl. It was my first future bet I ever took. When I was, similar age as you. So I was, pretty fired up. But that day we're watching the Super Bowl at Mike Hubbard, at Mike Hubbard's girlfriend, wife now, girlfriend at the time, at her parents' house in Wakefield. And we're obviously all shit-faced, whatever. When Malcolm Butler intercepts the ball, Cass just like jumps up, tackles me, and then I get up and I forget we're in a low ceiling. I jump up, smoke my head, like absolutely, like I'm bleeding. I need to go to the hospital. So I have a towel on my head, like watching them knee the ball down or whatever. And someone's like, all right, well, you like his Colby, hubby's, wife was like, gee, I got to take you to the hospital. Like your head's bleeding. I was like, I'm not going anywhere until Tom Brady gets that fucking trophy. And then I watched the trophy presentation, and then I had to go to Leahy and get like 8 stitches. But I didn't care. I was like, who cares? The
Holy
Pats won the Super
shit.
Bowl for the first time in
Wow.
10 years, and I just won $2,400. So that's my Super Bowl 49.
Unbelievable. Now, like, still for me, going a little bit in chronological order, I remember just like from a young, like going to the parades as like a young kid, like the early parades. And when I tell you, like, people like the early, it's not the same as it is today. And it sucks because I remember going to the parades, and there was no joke. There must have been 30 kids and all their parents. All of us all went together. We all played hooky from school and would go into Boston together and do that. And my parents, I was still too young at this point to do this, but like I remember my brothers, my parents were just like, yeah, just go have fun and like just meet here after the parade and we'll leave. And they just let them go do their own thing. And I remember just like all the parades just going with an absolute just squad. And everyone skipped school and would go back the next day and was like, can't say you went to the parade, but like, hey, we went to the parade. And then one year, I think it was actually the third, pretty sure it was the third Super Bowl. My mom, just if anyone knows my mom, she's nuts, and she's a great Patriots fan, like, and that's nuts in a great way for like the fandom stuff. She finds Dan Shaughnessy, and my mom's like, pick me, like interview me. So he ends up interviewing Mrs. Cal, and she's like, yeah, we're all from Everett Public Schools. Like, there's like 30, 40 of us here. We all pulled our kids out of school today. We're here, this and that. And then like the next day, he like posts this. He like literally, like, my mom still has the article. He's like, yeah, Mrs. Calderoni says all kids from Everett Public Schools skip school and come to the parade. And like the next day, all of us walk into school, and like our principal knew all of our parents, so they pulled all of us into the principal's office at the beginning of the day and was like, so where were you guys yesterday? Were you like, you guys were all out? Where were you? We were like, oh, we're all sick. And he puts the fucking article on the table, and it was like, dude, I have the most vivid memory of that. And my mom still has the Dan Shaughnessy article.
Shank.
That's
One time
awesome.
we saw Shank Shaughnessy at Jim's Deli in Brighton. Dave got a selfie with him. Like, that's the guy, this ugly bastard he took a picture with.
Yeah.
My fiance's parents went to high school with him. They know him a little bit.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. They
Where's
went
he?
to high
Where's he
school.
from? So is he from Maine?
No. My fiance's from New Hampshire, but they went
Okay,
to school in Groton, Mass.
Okay,
shit.
that makes sense. Yeah, let's all give one more. What do you got, G?
The
Unless you guys
last
have
one I'll
more.
share, it's probably my number one, my favorite day of my life. Super Bowl 51. It was Paul Pierce's last game at the Garden. He was a member of the Clippers. Celtics were playing the Clippers matinee that day. So I went to the game with Al Bonfiglio, the late great Zach Frank, Dwyer, and Johnny Cass. We all went to the game. Obviously, great game. Pierce hit Pierce was like a bench warmer or whatever, for the Clippers. Then they put him in. He hit a bucket at the end of the game. The Garden was going crazy. It was like a pretty nice day for whatever for the winner. And then we all went back to the place in Medford that we were living at the time, like me and all my buddies. Game's obviously not going great, so we're like, you know what, we're just gonna keep ripping shots and like rally shots for the Pats, and we obviously, end up feeling pretty good. They come back, obviously know the story of the game, and then we all end up going out and partying at the Burn afterwards, in Somerville, just like an all-time great day. Just like, again, probably my number one greatest day of my life.
Yeah, that day, I mean, I was gonna say for the same game, that was when we had so I guess we had been at the place in Salty when we lived at F Street for about a year or so. Yeah. Um, and obviously we had like a squad. We probably had like 15 guys over watching the game. And I remember like we're just so down in the dumps at halftime. I think we started playing like hype up music. Everybody was like dancing, ready to go. And then like Shawn Manzelli had been like, "Yo, can I roll through at halftime?" He was from Atlanta. We were like, "Sure, like send it, dude." And like he just totally changed the tide. And they ended up coming back and winning. And like that's got to be one of the most that was just a surreal night, man. Like that was like, how is this? You're watching that game, like, how is this happening? Like just crazy. But yeah, I mean, you obviously go on. Cal, you got any other good stories? Did you got one more?
I mean, just one thing that I always remember, and it's not even necessarily like a Super Bowl story. It's more of like a build-up. And it just goes to show I like love the way New England fans are because we are edgy. We do have that FU kind of mindset. But then, like, when you're with us, you're with us. And it's like, it is truly like defend the wall to shout out, Portnoy. And this was like prime Portnoy defend the wall. It was when he started selling those towels, the Goodell clown face towels. Dude, I remember driving around my neighborhood and like every door, every window, like, on every house had one of those like planted in the window for everyone to see. It's just like I just love New England fans. We're just the best. We just are, again, we have that FU and it's us against the world and love it.
And you know what, Cal? It's back. It's totally back. The whole country is beside themselves that we're back in the Super Bowl. I'm still can't believe we're back in the Super Bowl. But yeah, I mean,
I got those stickers, Cal. I still have. You know, it's funny you said that. Those clown face. So I had a Fire Goodell sticker on my car for like 11 years. I had to get a new car about a month and a half ago. So the first thing I did was order. I couldn't find the Fire Goodell sticker anymore. The first thing I did was order a Roger Goodell clown face sticker to put on the back of my car, just to put it to say, I'll never forget. I'll always hate that Ginger Satan Goodell.
That's awesome.
Still have the towel.
Yeah.
Never get rid of that.
But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll probably do another pod next Wednesday night previewing the Super Bowl. We'll go real in depth. I can't wait. Do all my research and everything. I mean, I guess if anything pops up this week, we could always hop on and do something. It's like, dude, this anticipation. I like forgot how long it feels. It's like 11 more days till they play again. But honestly, like this, it's been so stressful watching these games that a little bit of a break isn't the worst thing. So I can't wait, man. I can't believe.
When does it like full like the anxiety and the stretch? Are you guys already there yet? Because I'm not 100% there yet. I think for me it'll be like Friday.
Yeah, it's weird, man. I feel like it's like I'm just so happy there. Like it's such a surreal season. It's not like it's like, oh, like I'm gonna be devastated if they lose, like we would have been on a lot of the Brady games. You know what I mean? Like it's like this. The fact they're in the Super Bowl is wild, absolutely wild.
Yeah,
but if they pull this off, like this goes down as right up there as one of the great New England championships we've had.
This is already one of the better, like the best seasons as a fan.
Yeah,
yes.
Like we've talked about all the reasons why, but like enjoyment and like excitement, this is already up there, and it probably, honestly, it'll probably like really start when I think about it. That's when when I really like think about it, like, holy shit, we're playing the Seahawks. Seahawks are a good team. How are we going to do this? That's when it hits me a little bit. But I think fully once they get to San Fran,
I was going to say that,
and
too.
They start doing the media and all that stuff, and it becomes real. That's when it's going to hit me.
Yeah, this week's almost been a nice little like casual break.
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, if you guys, we'll definitely be doing a preview next week. Maybe drop something else in the meantime. You never really know. But thanks everybody for listening, the support. Really appreciate it. Cannot wait for next week. So, yeah, we'll be back, and hope everybody enjoy the show. But go Pats!
Go Pats! Catch me at the send off on Sunday morning.
You going?
The next ring will be there.
Hell yeah!
Love it.
Catch me there.